Another important dimension of the study was the assessment of language. And I want to start by saying that I think language is often understood as an indicator of culture and culture change. Language really is the major medium through which we learn, express, convey culture. So it's a very rich and important measure. So asking a simple question like, what language do you speak, can get at very important, deeper processes. The National Latino Study is valuable because we asked a variety of different language questions. And the first thing that I want to say is that we were able, because we had bilingual, bicultural interviewers, to offer people the opportunity to do the interview in whichever language they preferred. And so we have about 40% of the people preferring to do the interview in Spanish, another 40% in English. And then this group in the middle, this 20% who were bilingual, who said they would do it in either language. And we actually were very fortunate. We did a language experiment. So with that bilingual group, we actually randomly assigned people to English or Spanish. And the methodological importance of that is then we were able to compare their answers on the interview and found that the interview worked equally well in English and Spanish, which was really important because obviously when you translate an interview that starts in English, you want to be sure it works the same way in Spanish. So that was important. The other interesting thing is that language use varies tremendously depending on the social context you ask about. So whether Latinos have been here a long time or not, when we ask what language they use with their family, the majority of all the groups, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Mexicans, and we had this group of other Latinos that was unfortunate, but includes everybody from Colombians, Ecuadorians, Salvadorans, Argentinians, the whole range of Latin Americans. But the majority of all those groups spoke Spanish with their family. When we asked about sort of general language use, we got a much different array of answers. So people were spread out from speaking only Spanish to some mix of Spanish and English to only English. If we asked about work, then it shifted much more to English. So it's really important. The lesson here is it's really important when we ask about language use to think about social context and the context of language.